Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is one of the most anticipated titles in the Call of Duty franchise, and the recent beta test has given players their first taste of what's to come. As with any beta, the community had a lot to say, both good and bad. From the moment I jumped into my first match, it was very clear that this game is polarizing and aiming to push the boundaries of the Call of Duty series. But is it going to live up to the hype? In this review, we'll dive into the standout features and areas where the game still needs work. Based on my time with the beta and the feedback from the community, whether you're a longtime fan or new to this series, here's what you need to know before the full release. The gunplay in Black Ops 6 has received significant praise for its tight, responsive controls. The feel of each weapon, from the recoil to the sound design, offers an immersive experience that players find very satisfying. Now, in my time on the beta, I got to play around with pretty much all of the weapons that were available. My favorite being the Jackal PDW, along with, I believe, the entire community. This gun is good at short range, medium range, and you can even get kills at long range. It's got little to no recoil. It's like that pocket SMG AR that you've always wanted in any Call of Duty. My best friend at long range was the Ames 85. This gun has basically no recoil. It is an absolute laser beam, and if you're posted up somewhere, you're trying to get shots off and not miss, the Ames is the way to go. But I will note, it does sometimes feel like you are shooting pebbles at people. Let's talk about the graphics of the game. The visuals are beautiful. The visuals in the beta are a standout feature. The detailed environment, realistic lighting, and smooth animations make Black Ops 6 one of the best looking titles in the franchise so far. From the trees, to the grass, to the water, to everything involved with the beta, it has done an amazing job at truly optimizing amazing realistic lighting and textures to give you a very immersive experience in the game. These updated graphics and visuals have done an amazing job at helping revive and bring back old school maps that were around in the old Black Ops titles. Another thing that I really loved from this beta was the expanded customization options. The new and expanded customization options allowed for a more personal loadout and character design, which players seem to have really appreciated. This feature adds depth to the gameplay, letting players tailor their experience to their own liking. If you don't want a HUD, you can take the HUD off. If you want to have a different style HUD, you can change the HUD. If you want to have your map in the bottom left rather than the bottom right, you can do that. It's a really cool way to kind of customize your experience with Black Ops 6.
Put the mini-map in the bottom left, those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome.
Now, let's get into weapon balancing. I think it's pretty apparent to anybody who played the beta that you'd run into a lobby where 11 out of 12 people or 12 out of 12 people were just using the Jackal PDW. Now, I said earlier, this is your dream SMG. This gun is the best gun in the beta by far, and it's been just taking over lobbies. Sometimes you'll run into someone using an AK-47. Sometimes you'll run into someone using an XM4. But honestly, the majority of people in the beta just used the default class PDW because it was frying kids. I know we only got a small pool of weapons that'll probably be more widely available in the base game when it releases, but it just seemed very underwhelming having the majority of your guns that were in the game being unused and just kind of pushed to the side for this SMG that was good at all ranges. Server stability issues seem to be a really big complaint that I saw amongst the community during the time of this beta. One of the most frequent complaints is about lag and disconnects and high latency, which kind of marred the beta for a lot of people. I know with a lot of people that I played with and with my friend group, a lot of them had latency issues and server lag, which I didn't, and it confused me because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to, empathize with that because I wasn't experiencing it, but it seemed to be very picky-choosy depending on what platform you were running on, what console you had, or whatever you were using. It seemed to have issues for a lot of people. Another issue that a lot of people ran into was the spawn system problems. The spawn system in Call of Duty has always been a frustration, with reports of inconsistent and unfair spawns, especially in objective-based game modes where you should have an assigned spawn that keeps you out of danger when respawning. This issue led to several unfair deaths and has been a major source of complaints along the internet. But this is nothing new for Call of Duty. We've dealt with this since the beginning of time. And lastly, a big complaint people had was the skill-based matchmaking controversy. Now, I could go on for days about skill-based matchmaking and how it's not good for the game, and it's just going to make the game unfun for a lot of people and unfun for a lot of the casual gamer. Now, for a lot of people that love the game and really try hard to be the best they can at it, it's great. You know, it puts them against people in their own player base, and, you know, they can compete and be competitive and have fun. Now, wonderful for them. But a lot of the casual gamers don't want skill-based matchmaking. They want to come home from work, jump on the game, be able to just shoot people and play objectives with their friends and not have to worry about it being overly competitive. It kind of removes the fun factor for the casual gamer and creates a more stressful experience where a lot of people in an older demographic might not want to deal with after their day. But skill-based matchmaking is something that we've been dealing with for years now. It's nothing new to the community, and it probably won't go anywhere because Call of Duty wants to cater to the casual gamer. That's probably the large majority of their fan base. You know, the competitive gamer, the people who are really good, that's the 1%. So they cater to the 99%. They want to keep their main player base happy. So I'm sorry to the people who are good. You're just going to have to tough it out for one more year because there is indeed skill-based matchmaking. My final consensus of my brutally honest game review of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is that it's good. It's not bad, but it's not great. You know, it has a lot of issues that need to be fixed, a lot of optimization issues, a lot of latency issues, a lot of balancing issues. But that's what we expect from a beta. We expect the game to not be perfect. We expect the game to not be finished. That's why it's a beta. That's what they've been doing for years, you know, in all sorts of betas around the world. For all sorts of Call of Duty games, there has been broken weapons, there's been optimization issues, and there's been lag. It's just what happens when they're releasing a beta for public test. Now, I would say that I had more fun than non-fun on the beta. I would say that this experience was relatively good. I had fun playing it, I had a good time. And I'm mainly excited that I don't have to pay for the game this year. Shout out to anybody that's on Xbox or on PC. My PC Game Pass is giving me access to Black Ops 6 through a Game Pass subscription. So I will indeed be playing this game come October 25th. I think it was fun. I had a good time. I think my friends had a relatively good time. My final consensus on this is when the game worked, it was very good. When the game didn't work, it sucked. It's just kind of how the experience goes when it comes to playing betas and playtests for games. You can't expect the most pristine, perfect game, otherwise it would have just been released. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. If you guys enjoyed your time here and want to see more from the Muncheez, subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys when the game comes out, and I will be playing some more Black Ops 6. Good luck, enjoy, and don't be too hard on the beta. It's a playtest. Peace.